With Bitcoin heading towards 108K, I think it's about time altcoins start moving to their Bitcoin pairs. Usually, you see the biggest gains on altcoins once Bitcoin breaks all time highs, and all time highs are very, very near. I think if we can close a week above 108K, all time highs are almost guaranteed. And the next stop would be this trend line on the Bitcoin chart, which will come into play around 116, 117K. If we get above that, then we're probably looking at this fib target around 131 if we were to see a close above this macro trend line of resistance, which stretches back all the way to 2017. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about AI. We're going to be specifically talking about two major AI ecosystems, which I am betting on for this bull run. And I'm going to be telling you why I think this is one of the easiest ways to make money in the upcoming weeks and months. Now, if you guys don't know, I have a private community linked in the description down below. You can get my buy and sell alerts in real time. You can join a Discord community that is active 24/7. We have voice chats every single day, so you can talk to me in the voice chats. And if you want, you can also go for that mentor tier where you gain meeting access. Okay, we have mentor meetings every few weeks. These are very specific meetings with a specific focus. I prep them weeks in advance, and it's more of an intimate chance to get your questions answered as opposed to the VIP calls where there may be 500 people on a call. You can get lifetime mentorship access by opting for the bundle, where you'll also unlock a one-to-one call with myself and an entire cryptocurrency course made by myself and my technical analyst Cryptex. Literally, it teaches you everything you need to know in crypto. Check it out, linked down below. So the two major ecosystems I'm talking about are virtuals and Tau. I still believe we're in an AI dominated cycle. I've been buying AI coins on the channel since basically day one, guys. I mean, some of my first ever videos were on AI projects, Singularity Net, I was talking about when it was literally in its infancy, really, really cheap prices. Viot, I talked about below 1 million market cap. I think it was around 700, 800,000 market cap. That thing went on to do around 100x. So major gains were made based off my videos on AI very early on in my channel. And since then, I've talked about all sorts of different things. But now I think it's a good time to actually go heavy into AI again, because you can just see the narrative. I mean, if you just tune into the stock market every now and then, if you just tune into what's getting talked about in politics, it's AI every single day. Okay. And the mind share of AI is constantly going up. The attention is going up, and everyone is just going to pile into these AI cryptos in the coming weeks and months. Now, my two favorite are virtuals and Tau. I got into Tau as low as the $190 region, and I got into virtuals around the 50-cent region. Both of these I am up massively. Both of these you had the opportunity to buy at fractions of their current prices had you been a VIP member. Fractions, okay? Meaning you'd be up multiple X's on your money had you simply followed the alerts and done nothing else but just blindly followed them. I'm not recommending that, but if you did that, you'd be up a lot. Now, they are still, in my opinion, decent buys. They're not exceptional buys, but they are decent buys in the market. However, I think if you really want to make money with these types of projects, you're much better off probably looking into their ecosystems. Now, I don't really need to do this because my entry on both of these was so good. So I can just sit back, relax, and ride these up to the top. But if you didn't get into these two, you're probably best off looking at their ecosystems. Now, if you want to look at Bittensor Tau's ecosystem, you can go to taumarketcap.com. You can see all these different subnet tokens and their current market cap valuations. Now, I bought a few of these a while back. I'm not going to disclose exactly which ones I bought. Those are, private for the VIP. But I did just go and throw my money at a few of these. Some of them went well. I think some of them didn't go as well. But overall, I did make some multipliers on my money. However, when you look at some of these valuations, you realize it's still really cheap. I mean, the Tau market cap's at 3.6 billion. Some of the top Tau beta plays, you could say, are way below 100 million. I mean, the second ranked one is literally 56 million in market cap. So you've got very cheap valuations here on all these different beta plays to Tau. Now, if you go and look at them, they all have different use cases. And I think it should explain the use case somewhere here, maybe. Does it say? You see, I don't think it says it here. But you can see basically the X, the medium, and some related things. There is another website actually where you can see all the information about it. I think that website is taostats.io, and you can see all the different subnet numbers here. So let's say we were going to take a look at Targon. Let's say we click on this. There's a very brief explanation here saying Targon is a decentralized frontier AI lab. You can then click on the website, you can read about it. Lightning fast inference, run inference on AI models with high speeds and low costs on Targon. Let's say that we look for another one. Let's go on subnets. This is one I personally looked into a little bit called Chutes, Chutes, serverless AI compute. Okay, so this might be a rival to some of the big names when it comes to AI compute. And you can see here DeepSeek R1. So you can see loads of information about them. I'm not going to get into them too much. It's pretty nerdy, but you can go and do your research on these different subnets, and you can actually buy the tokens through your Tau token as the kind of gas, right? You use that to then swap it. And you can see here, you can connect your wallet and simply buy them very easily. Now, I think the Tau ecosystem is very undervalued. You're seeing the price on Tau increase here, 7% up on the day. But once Tau breaks its all-time highs, which is around like $700, is it? $767. That is when I believe the ecosystem will go crazy, because there's a ton of people who don't even know that the ecosystem exists. Now, another way to gain some exposure to AI without going for these large market cap plays like Tau and Virtuals is through the Virtuals ecosystem, obviously. And you can see all these different ones on the Virtuals ecosystem. One of the ones that my VIP members were buying was Tibber, and you can see this one. It's reached a fully diluted valuation of 103 million. So really high valuation. Now, I didn't actually get in on this one. Like I said, I already bought Virtuals really cheap. I already bought Tau really cheap. But a ton of my VIP members were buying into this one based off some of the calls from Bren over in my VIP group. And they made a ton of money. I mean, multiple X's in a day, in a week they were making. And you can see this thing just continues heading up. You can see it says here, crypto and fintech are merging into a single ecosystem. We're committed to championing the winning protocol in a battle driven by attention, social status, memes, and cutting edge technology. So there's little descriptions of them. You can go and look at their websites, their Twitter pages, stuff like that. But essentially, what I'm saying is, if you've got no exposure to Tau or Virtuals and you feel like these are out of your budget, they're too expensive for you, maybe you don't want the 5 or 10x that these projects could bring, then your best bet is looking at some of the ecosystems. And do know, obviously, these are way more riskier than buying the actual native layer 1s or layer 2s themselves. Virtuals is a layer 2 on base or Ethereum, so maybe it's a layer 3. Tau is a layer 1 itself. But rather than buying the main projects themselves, you can go on some of those beta plays and catch some good price movement. But what I would say is be very careful. Obviously, they are risky, but the gains are clearly made if you pick the right ones, right? So that's kind of my opinion right now when it comes to AI coins. Yes, you can go and buy some of these other AI layer 1s and stuff like that, but I just think the clear winners are obviously Tau and Virtuals. Your best bet now, if you miss those and you don't want to buy those, is to go for their ecosystems. So obviously have caution, but that's my view. That's what a lot of my VIP members are doing. So if you want to join them in looking for some of the beta plays, hit that link in the description, sign up, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.